Hello and welcome to Revolutionize Your Relationship. I'm your host, Eva Blake. And in this series, I've been talking to a variety of experts who are uniquely qualified to educate and empower you to master your mind and body intimacy, to unleash your passion, and to create everything that you desire in life and in love, because you are worth it. And I want to thank you so much for participating in Revolutionize Your Relationship. My intention here is to offer you gems of wisdom so that you take your relationship with yourself and the people that you love to the next level. You've been able to hear from just a sliver of some of the smartest people on the planet who are committed to love, authenticity, and freedom. I loved what Jenna Bishop talked about around sexpectations and the ways in which when we make and we set expectations around our sex, we can often be disappointed. But when we talk about what we want, we get to dispel those expectations and really create what we're here to: pleasure and joy. Jeff Lawton talked about creating a relationship, being really clear. Do you want a cautious, a carefree, or a caring relationship? And how to design a relationship that actually works for you. I hope that you loved the conversation that I had with Elsbeth and Freddie and what they shared around how they create intentional intimacy with each other in the space of emotional, mental, physical, and sexual intimacy, how they create practices and have agreements to connect with each other at any time during the day. And I really loved what Stuart Matola offered around principles of sovereignty. These commitments that you make to yourself about the kind of life that you're going to lead, about the way that you show up in the world. And so after all of these interviews, you've heard the primary message here, which is in order to revolutionize your relationship, to create the relationship of your dreams, to live a 10 out of 10 relationship, as in peak, best, ideal relationship, it requires you being intentional. So if you want that peak sexual expression and pleasure that Cam Fraser talked about, if you want that adventure and that fun, the connection, that magical intimacy that Jane Gwynn mentioned, that place where when two people come together, something magical occurs. If you want that epic love, all of that is possible for you to have that with another person, as long as you are generating that for yourself, as long as you are living into that for yourself. All your relationships are influenced by the relationship that you have with yourself. And too often we've been taught over the years in this culture, maybe by our parents, maybe by media and TV, that we are supposed to orient ourselves towards other people to get something from them when it comes to relationships, whether that's validation, approval, love, tenderness. We're taught that if we want to create a relationship where we're vulnerable, we got to get them to be vulnerable. We got to get them to connect with us, to get them to be or do or behave in some way other than how they're being or behaving. Oftentimes people come to me and they want to talk about creating a different sexual experience with their partner. And their primary complaint is how their partner doesn't do X, Y, or Z. And they want me to support them in telling their partner how to do A, B, and C. And the truth is that's not how it works. Whatever you came here for, you get to give away. Now, this is one of the hardest lessons that I've ever learned when it comes to love and relationships, because I was also oriented into the space of you got to be different, pointing the finger at my partners, telling them that they need to change in order for me to be able to show up. Well, you got to create a safe place in order for me to feel like I can be vulnerable and share my heart with you. And the truth is that what I've come here to get is what I get to give away. So if you want vulnerability, you get to be vulnerable. You want authenticity, Be authentic. You want love? Be loving. You want to trust other people? Trust yourself. This lesson was really difficult for me, as I said, because I was in the place of they need to do something different. But my relationships changed. And I mean, every single one of my relationships changed when I chose to be what I wanted. My relationship with my mother changed. My relationship with my brother changed. And of course, my relationship with my lover changed immensely. Because once I was being all of this for myself, and I was showing up in all of my relationships as loving and trusting and caring and committed and joyful and interested and curious, guess what happened? People turned towards me and offered that back to me. And those were all the things that I wanted. I wanted someone to reach out in love to me. I wanted someone to be curious about what I was up to in the world. So when I showed up that way, somehow magically, they showed up that way with me. So I invite you to just take a moment right here, right now, and take a breath. What is the relationship that you have with yourself like right now? When you think about that question, the relationship I have with myself, what is it like? How do you interact with your body, your sex, your mind, your heart, and your spirit these days? As in this week. How have you been treating yourself this week? How many times this week did you celebrate yourself for taking a chance, for taking a risk, for creating success? How many times this week did you give yourself tender, loving care? How much time this week did you spend cultivating a sexual relationship with yourself? Where in your day did you choose to be joyful or authentic or vulnerable or loving or trusting? And what is your vision going forward? What is your vision for your life, for your relationship with yourself going forward? I have a coach who says, go out and flirt with the future. Imagine what you want the future to be like and go flirt with it and bring the future into this current moment. Stop looking at the past about what you did then or what did not work. Stop living from the past and live into the future right here, right now. Because everything begins and ends with vision. Everything. Vision is how we know that we're going in the right direction. Vision is what tells us that if we get off course, we can get back on course. We can course correct. Everything begins and ends with vision. And when we are clear in our vision, then we can connect deeply to ourselves, to who we're going to be to fulfill that vision. And then we can create clarity, connection, creation. If you have been living on autopilot in any part of your life, this is a wake-up call to craft that vision, to get clear about where you are going, to get connected to who you get to be in order to be where you want to be. And then you get to create. And part of that is connecting with other people. It is collaborating with others. It is colluding and inviting them into your joyful vision for your life. So if there's one thing that you get to leave the series with, it is to get intimate with how you want to be with you. For my own self, my own practice earlier this year, I sat down with my own vision again. In fact, this year I've sat down with my own vision at least 5 times. I had to count at least 5 times. And I sat down and I write down in my own words what I want in different parts of my life. So I'm going to offer that to you right here, right now. In the different categories, I spell out what is my vision for who I am in my life. The first category is self. Who am I? How do I relate to me, to my identity, to how I show up in the world, the face that I have, the face that I put forward? The second category is sex. What is my vision for my sex life? For the sex life that I have with myself, the sex life that I have with my lovers, what do I want the next 5 months, 5 years, the next 50 years to be like? Where do I want to go in my own relationship with my sex? What is my vision for my body, my health, my stature, my physicality, my strength? What do I want in this body? What do I want this body to experience in the world? Where do I want to go with this body, this beautiful vessel, this one and only body that I have in this life? Number 4 is love. What is my vision for love? For how I love, for how I receive love, for how I offer and give love. What is my vision for love? Number 5 is home. Number 5 is home. What is my vision for my home, my place, the place where I'm at, the home base? What does it look like on the inside? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What is it like for me to be in this place, in my love, in my body, in my sex, and in myself? Number 6 and 7 are your friends and family. Well, what kind of relationship do you want to have with these people? Your friends, the kind of family members that you choose, and your family, your people of origin, the people that you connected to, your bloodline, the people who adopted you, the people who are your familiars. What is your vision for your friends and your family life? And then there is career, money, and time. Now, a lot of us, I think, are actually really connected to what our vision is for our career, our money, and our time, because most of us have been taught that this is a place where we set goals. We set goals for our career. We climb the ladder, or we sign on more clients, or we make a certain amount of money. What is your vision for career, for money, and for time? And money and time are the 2 biggest scapegoats, especially in relationship. I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have enough money to go to that class. We don't have enough money to go on vacation. We don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to do X, Y, and Z. Or I don't have enough time. I can't take that vacation, baby. I don't have enough time. I don't get time off from work. I don't have time to go to this class. We don't have time to have sex. Everything just happens and we don't move forward. There's not enough time. Just life happens. What would it be like for you if life didn't just happen around you and you were actually intentionally setting the agenda for your life, for your time, for how you spend time? Because, at least with money, it can come and it can go and you can get it back. But with time, you don't get time back. So how do you really want to spend your time on this earth creating this vision, fulfilling this vision of your best life, the life that you live with yourself and the life that you live with all of the people that you love? And the last sections of this vision board, if you will, the sectors of life of your vision is spirituality, fun and adventure, and community and contribution. Spirituality is how you relate to the divine, to God, to the universe, to spirit. What is your relationship with spirituality? Fun and adventure is like, this is how I consume the earth around me. This is how I enjoy living in this body and traveling the world and creating play in my life, being a playful animal creature. And community and contribution is how I give back. How do I want to give back in the world? After I've created for me, I've created for my family, how and where do I want to give back? I leave this with you because your vision is so critical. If you want to go from complaining about what's not working and actually winning in your life, vision is the key element. Vision really is the difference between being on autopilot and being in a 10 out of 10 relationship, 10 out of 10 everywhere. 10 out of 10, as in peak, ultimate, excellent, exactly what I want, ideal. And without the vision, how are you going to get there? Without the vision, how will you know that you're on the right path? And without the vision, how will you possibly be able to invite someone in intentionally into intimacy in order to create that with you? Crafting your vision is actually a very intentionally intimate exercise that you get to do. And I promise that it will absolutely change your life. Now, if you want to go further with this exercise and with more, I have offered the VIP package before, and I offer it to you again so that we can actually go forward. Because in this package, you get 5 intentional intimacy guided audio practices that you can use to get familiar with you, with your body, with your sex and your spirit, to get intimate with yourself. Of course, the most important relationship that you'll ever have in your life. You can download these, replay them over and over, discover something new about who you are. Every time that I have done these exercises, I peel back another layer. I go deeper one more time. Because being intimate with yourself is the pathway for creating intimacy with all of the other people in your life. You'll also get access to all of the recordings for all of these interviews that you've seen here. So you can go back and you can listen and watch again at any time. And I think the most exciting part is that you get to join me for 2 weeks of momentum coaching that start very soon. During these live 1-hour calls, I'm going to teach you and coach you to connect with yourself and the people that you love. You'll have the space to ask questions and get live, direct feedback from me about your specific situation. And I'm going to support you to actually take committed action right away so that you get the results that you desire. So just click on the link below and sign up, and I will see you in the coaching room. The opportunity that you have right here, right now in front of you may never come again. So don't wait for the perfect time. Create the perfect time right here, right now, and create exactly your vision right now today. I love you so much. I am so thrilled for you. I'm excited to see what you create, and I want to thank you one last time for participating in the Revolutionize Your Relationship series.